Okay, so hello guys, my name is KhoPhi. I'm here with Jeanette.
Yeah.
Jeanette Yakubo, right? Today's topic is on your hair.
Really?
It's about your hair. And I think this is the second take. The first one, our conversation was related to your hair, and I want to get into the details of it.
Yeah.
I am bald. You know I am bald. And so I am interested in learning how you've been able to maintain your hair routine, your hair journey, and all that.
I have forehead to do.
The forehead is foreheading.
Yeah, it's foreheading.
Unfortunately, I think the lighting here is not good enough to bring out the shining part of the forehead. But
You don't need to see.
Anyway, how long have you had your natural hair? And in this case, I think we need to define even what the natural hair we are referring to is. I think a lady mentioned that to me recently.
Yeah.
When I say natural hair, what I mean is your hair without any external additional hair.
Okay. So it can be permed still
You can
natural.
do whatever you want to it,
Yes.
but then not adding any external hair.
External.
So whether it's Brazilian hair or whatever, you can do whatever you like to your actual hair. Anything, as long as it doesn't involve adding an extra.
Yeah.
To me, that was my understanding of natural hair.
Oh.
But they say it involves not doing anything to your hair.
Like
to you,
not
what does
perming your hair?
Yes.
I feel like even permed hair is still natural hair, right?
To me, it qualifies
Yeah,
as natural
so
hair.
honestly, I don't.
Yeah, and they have that way of braiding their own hair.
Yeah.
If you do that, that still qualifies as natural hair
hair.
because you are not adding any extension.
Extension. So when you add extension, that's when it becomes artificial.
To me, that qualifies as
Yeah.
artificial, but then you can do whatever style you want as long as it involves your own natural hair strands.
Some call it virgin hair. I don't know.
I've not heard of that one.
Maybe
but
that would be the perfect
term for it.
Term for unrelaxed hair. I don't know, but
Wow, in that case.
Yeah.
In your case, how long have you had your, for lack of a correct terminology, how long have you had your
3
natural
to
hair?
4 years now.
And how has the experience been so far? Because
To be honest, I was actually influenced by Ghanaian women. When I came to Ghana, I saw a lot of Ghanaian women on their natural hair. And I've been like admiring to keep my natural hair even when I was in Nigeria.
Okay.
But I didn't know how to go about it. I didn't know how to take care of it and everything. But every time I see a woman on her natural hair packed, like I'm like, oh, I would love that, you know. So when I came to Ghana, I saw a lot of women on natural hair. I'm like, these people, they don't care about wigs. Yeah, a lot of them actually don't care about wigs. Really, I feel like it's mostly they are mostly now influenced by the Nigerian celebrities.
Yeah. But so when you came around, it wasn't
I came around, it wasn't really that serious.
Yeah.
Even the celebrities like Yvonne Nelson, what's her name? This lady, the one who sings, the musician.
Is it Sinaso?
No, Becca.
Becca, okay.
Becca, and even the other one, the singer. I don't know her name. I've forgotten her name.
They all were.
They are all on natural hair, and I'm like, even the celebrities are on natural hair here. Like, it's so fascinating
but it's nice,
to see.
You know, when you keep your own.
It's so nice.
But then I learned it is relatively difficult.
Well, it depends on you. So we have
and that's what we want you to lecture me, so that me too I can apply such tips for my bald hair and restore restore. So in maintaining it, you were inspired by seeing many Ghanaian women putting it on. How was the journey for you initially? Like,
okay, so I started watching like videos on YouTube, like how to take care of your natural hair and all that. So that was how I now decided. I think after 3 months, I now decided. I had long hair, but it was permed. So I had to go trim it down.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to go get my big chop and then
start afresh.
I was so scared, but because I consumed a lot of content about natural hair, and those people that have like nothing on, from nothing to like 6 inch and more, I'm like, okay, this is going to work. There's hope. I was looking so funny, like when
Okay.
I trimmed my hair. But yeah, I was so consistent with like applying the things that I've learned, you know. Most of the things I learned were like things I could do myself, DIYs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for the products, I really do not know a lot about products then because I was still like trying out things.
Yeah.
So I was just, okay, let's try this DIY. If it works, then we will go to
A
buying
lot of
products.
try and errors
yeah,
initially.
yeah.
And currently, what have you settled on that in your case works for you? I know this because I think there's a lot of information out there regarding hair treatment and whatever, but then one thing I know is what works for you might not work for me.
It's true. It's true. And as I said earlier, we have different hair types.
Types, yes.
We have like from I think type is it type 3 or is it 2? Even
Which
type
one is
1.
which one
From
is the
type
last
1
type?
to 4, I think. Yeah.
Because I would want to believe
The one
whatever-
is the one that is like very straight, like
Okay.
permed hair.
Okay.
But some people have it naturally, like
Yeah.
the people abroad and
Yeah.
stuff.
Straight
But
hair and
mostly Africans have like from 4A.
Going.
Some
Remember the
have
last-
like from 3, 4. Like,
Okay.
yeah. Those
the last
kind of-
level, mine will probably
the
be the
last
next one
level-
because mine will
You-
come after the after the last one. Mine,
Your hair isn't 4C actually. You have that kind of Fulani.
Mine is curly.
Kind of, yeah.
Kelly,
So it's like
left alone,
is
it will.
3 is in type 3 there
Okay.
about.
In tree we have I bought a inchirwa. You call it.
Okay.
It's like small, round.
Ah, those ones, they are 4C, like
Oh, okay.
legit 4C. That's the
That's
most
the typical one.
difficult hair
Yes.
type to take
Yes.
care of.
Immediately you pull it, it
Oh
goes back
my
to curl
goodness,
itself. That's the kind of
nah.
hair I have.
Really? But it doesn't look like that.
Yes, I think when I was young, that's how it looked like.
Okay,
when
so
I grew up,
It became like this.
it's able to grow a bit longer, and each of the hair strands ends up coiling itself, but then in a nice way. So when you apply cream or whatever, it will
will now look
shine, it will look
nice.
nice until the baldness began. So, but for now, I do believe I do have like nice looking hair strands.
Yeah, you do.
It's nice.
actually.
It's just that the portion here that
It's
stopped working.
gone. Is it alopecia or just bald?
I
Because
think
this
it's-
doesn't look like baldness to me. It
It-
looks like alopecia.
Interesting. I at this point, I think for men they call it baldness. Mine is not the entire hair.
Yeah.
It's just a
I
portion
get
in the
it,
middle.
but if it is just a portion, you know, mostly it's like this place plus this area down.
Mine, the
Like
area
Albert
here.
Einstein kind of.
Mine is similar to Albert Einstein, which
But
is
you still have hair.
a bit here, which is maybe a positive vibe. Where I'm gonna
That's
be,
why I'm saying it doesn't look bald, but looks like you have alopecia. Have you checked
maybe.
into that?
I've not looked
It's
into that.
actually a hair loss
There's a treatment for
disease
that or something of that
sickness
sort.
like that.
Something I might want to look
Yeah.
into eventually.
You should
because-
actually. Because it doesn't look like it's bald.
baldness.
Yeah.
Well, that is something. So the treatment you are about to propose, you're about to start.
Oh my God, I'm not like a professional, please.
I know.
I'm
I
just
know.
sharing my experience.
And I understand your treatment might not necessarily work for everybody. So
Yeah.
I think people should understand this from the get-go. Normally, when they come across content like this, they feel it's going to be the holy grail to save
No,
them. This
everybody's
might
hair is
not work for
different.
you. Just like you were saying, you tried different.
Yeah.
So in your journey settling on what you currently have, what are some of the
So after all the things I've learned online, I try to, get the oils, the herbs, the
Yes,
things.
yes,
I became like Mama Lao. I don't know if you know.
who's Mama?
Herbalist, but the lady herbalist.
Version of it.
Yeah, my friends were calling me herbalist. It was so funny because it's like every time I'm
Yeah.
looking for something, every time I'm concocting
Yeah.
something, like it's just funny. But yeah, I tried some of the herbs and oils, but I think I found out that coconut oil is not good for my hair because whenever I use coconut oil, it dries my hair, it makes it hard. But whenever I use like olive oil, my hair is like thriving
Looking the
and
best. Okay.
yeah. So those were from my trial and errors. So yeah.
Okay. And so currently, do you have like a settled process you go through to get
I
your
do.
hair treated?
Actually, when it comes to essential oils, I think I like tea tree oil.
Okay.
I like
What is that?
It's an essential oil. It's
Uh,
called tea tree.
Is it extracted from plants or
Yeah,
something of that
yeah,
sort?
yeah.
Okay, but then process them then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think I like peppermint.
Okay.
Peppermint because it's good for your scalp, especially if you have like dandruff or itchy scalp.
Okay.
Those things, it helps with it. For oils, as I said, I like olive oil, and then maybe avocado oil. Other oils, but not coconut oil
Okay.
because I've
Okay.
tried it and it wasn't good for my hair. But it's really good for my skin.
The coconut oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when it comes to the herbs, most of these herbs are actually normal herbs you guys use in your kitchen.
Okay.
Like it's so common and basic.
Okay.
Okay, some of them are rosemary.
Rosemary. I remember
leaves.
rosemary because
Rosemary leaves.
it has a really beautiful scent.
Yeah, it does.
It's used for even preparing meals.
Yes, it's used for preparing meals.
I know that because I was close to my mom in the kitchen.
Ah, so you can cook, eh?
No, I can't cook.
So what were you doing in the kitchen
listening
then?
to the instructions. Bring the rosemary.
Oh, wow.
Yes, then the rosemary.
At least you know rosemary.
And it's a fun name to
Yeah,
call a spice
rosemary
or that kind of thing.
Yeah, so rosemary is one that I like. Cloves.
Okay.
Cloves is one too that I like, but I feel like I don't know about cloves, but I'm still experimenting
with
cloves.
it. Okay.
But a lot of people have like testified to the goodness of
it.
cloves.
But have
their
you
hair
started
grow.
seeing improvements in your case?
I'm
or?
using cloves as part of my concoctions for my hair growth oil, but I can't say much because I have other things in there.
Mixed up.
So maybe
You
when I
have
just have to use it on its own, if I can, ginger.
Yeah.
Ginger is good for. Ginger has helped me so much with my dandruff.
How do you prepare the ginger?
We have ginger oil. So the powdered one, right? You can use the powdered one and infuse it into any oil. If coconut oil, or leave it to for like 2 to 3 weeks for it to infuse.
Yeah.
And then you use the oil on your scalp, not your hair.
So it has to go down to touch
your scalp, especially if you have like dandruff or
painful?
itchy scalp.
Because I know ginger to be...
It stings, but it's not really that bad. You can actually manage it.
But then I'm sure after the stinging, it will feel better.
Yeah.
Like you will feel some...
For the oil, you can leave it on, but I usually blend it to like the juice.
Okay.
And then I strain it and then spray on my hair and massage it. Yeah, one of the ways your hair grows too is by massaging it, because it allows the blood to flow and then. So yeah, sometimes I just spray it before washing my hair. So I leave it on for some time. I even like cover my hair for the heat to I have low porosity hair, so I need heat for my pores to be open, to be able to
all the nutrients
to get in. But if you have high porosity hair, you don't really need heat like that because already your pores are open. So these are the things that you need to learn about hair, You
know, my next question is going to be about the time you spend. Let me double check if my recording is ongoing.
Okay.
Okay, so the recording is ongoing, which is good. Okay. Whenever I talk about natural hair, the main conversation that comes up, follow-up, is it's time-consuming, and so people are not interested in how much time do you spend on your hair. I do believe it's worth the investment on your natural hair because down the line your hair will look nice like it looks at the moment, and maintaining it after building that routine, it's not going to be as tedious as
No,
it might
yeah,
seem
it is
initially.
not.
Because I believe initially you were trying a lot of things,
I was doing a lot.
which was time consuming, which
Yeah.
was not fun.
Yeah.
But now that you've settled on exactly what works for you, it's much easier maintaining it
Yeah.
and forming a routine. So in concrete numbers, how many hours do you spend a day maintaining your
Wow.
hair? Have you
I
spent
really
any?
cannot even give you like the hours.
Okay.
But compared to before, when I used to do all those things, it depends on my hair, what I want to do on my wash day, right?
Okay.
Sometimes I used to put on mask. But this mask, sometimes you need to leave it on for like 2 hours, an hour.
Okay.
So it depends. If I want to use a mask, of course it will take longer.
Okay.
So after washing it off, I need to do some pre-pooing and all those things. So let's say, I don't know, 5 hours or so.
You did mention wash day, which means you have
Yeah,
a
I have
day
a wash
dedicated
day.
for washing
Yes,
your hair.
I have a wash day. Usually weekends, maybe
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday.
I don't think you sit down for all the 5 hours.
No.
So you
That's why
start
I'm
a
saying,
process.
okay, if masking my hair is the first thing I need to do, I do it, wait for those 2 hours. Of
And
course,
whilst you
I'll
are
be doing
waiting, you'll be
something
doing other
else.
things. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
once the time is up, wash my hair, then the next step.
And you do all of that on your own.
Yes. I
You
do it
don't
on
you
my
don't
own.
go to the salon or
No,
anything.
no.
like
I've
that.
not been
Okay.
to the salon for a while, actually.
Isn't that a nice thing?
It is actually, because it has actually helped my hair, because most of the products they use at the salon is not good for natural hair.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, and too much heat, like you have to
Yes.
enter the
Yes.
what's it called again?
They have this machine they put on their hair.
Yes.
Me, I've never entered it before. Maybe when I start my hair treatment, that's where I'll go and then.
It's crazy,
Yes.
but yeah. And that heat actually damages your hair, especially if you are not using products that will protect it from heat. So yeah, I don't really go to the salon like that.
So at this point in time, every week you have a wash day where you treat your hair to whatever style you want.
As I said earlier, I have low porosity, so it's easier for residues to clog my pores. So I usually wash my hair every week.
Okay.
But some can wash like every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Some even months.
Depending on their hair.
Depending on how
conditions and what works for
just
them.
listen to the hair. You don't.
Yes.
Sometimes I wait 2 weeks too, because
See
if my
what
hair
happens.
is still
Yeah.
good, then there's no
Yeah.
need to wash, right? Yeah.
And so I would want to believe, I think ladies will have to pick their poison, in the sense that are they going to spend time on their hair or spend time on their skin?
Well, you have to do the two.
You have to do the two.
At some point, I was literally doing it like simultaneously.
Okay. Because that's going to be
if my hair is on a mask, I'm now doing my face too, is maybe I'm scrubbing it or something. There's some mask too on my face.
Okay.
So that time I'm going to wash off my hair, I wash my face too. It's actually easier that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So currently, what is the length of your hair?
I don't even know. It's
Do you
been a
have
while,
to? Where's the ruler? We need to measure.
I need to like stretch, blow
Extend
dry
it.
it so you can
fully stretch it out.
I've not
and
really
then,
checked my hair.
but I would
for a
want to
while.
believe, from what I'm looking at, it's very likely close to 10 inches.
More than
that.
The last time I checked,
It was more than 10 inches, which is very impressive.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
But I do a lot of trimming too, because it helps with maintaining the
edges?
healthiness of your hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't think everybody can get hair as long as yours.
How? What?
I would want to believe.
That's a myth.
No, I would want to believe that it's not everybody will get long hair. Because some, whether your hair will grow long or not is also a bit genetic, to an extent.
I'm not going to lie, it's genetic. But what you are saying that some people's hair cannot grow too, it's not true. Let me explain.
Typical example. I am a living example.
Now
my hair cannot grow.
What have you been doing to your hair?
Well, nothing.
Yes. So do something before you can talk. But from everything I've learned and from my experience, I know that genetics play a major role in this hair growth thing.
Okay.
But it's not impossible to grow your hair. No matter how slow your hair growth is, there's
Some
always...
might be faster, others might be slower, but then...
Because mostly some family, they just have long hair, right?
Yes.
So it's easier for them. Imagine you're doing all this madness I'm doing, and then in your family you have... That means it will be flowing on the floor, like it will be on the floor, right? Yes. So it just means that you need to do more work if you have slow growth.
And settle on an approach that works for you. Some have
to even start taking like vitamins for them to, you know, be able to... Yeah, and I have to mention that your food too, the things you eat. Actually helps. Like the veggies, the fruit too.
Things that will help with hair growth.
So it's not just the oils and the physical things you put to the hair. It's also the things you put in your system.
I see. Yeah. Because your hair is looking really shiny, and I don't know what treatment you've done to it at the moment, but then it's really looking nice. And I'm sure from the angle of this, it's currently competing with the forehead regarding shyness.
You should relax. Leave my forehead alone.
Anyway, so currently with the process you've settled on, do you plan on adding any improvement? Are you constantly looking for newer solutions, or you are currently happy with the results you have? Of
course I am, because with time people are discovering new things too. And I've not tried hey, someone's calling me. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want it to vibrate. Okay. The sound is...
Yeah.
What am I even talking about?
You said at the moment you're I think my question was related to whether you want to try new...
yeah. So at the moment, I'm trying... What am I even trying at the moment?
Because in your case, I think you've gotten to the point where you know what works
and what doesn't work
for you, to the point where you are happy. But then I'm just curious if there are any...
At the moment, I've not tried the vitamins I told you, and it's something that I want to like start doing
and try and see what the results will be.
Because I feel like my hair has reached a plateau. Like it's a term in the natural natural hair. Like at some point, your hair is... You feel like your hair is not like passing a certain length.
Yes,
and you need some boosting.
Yes.
So I feel like that's the point.
But here's the thing. When it gets to that point, then if you have to boost it, then it means you need to maintain that boosting. Because immediately you stop that boosting, it will have to come back to... That's why the nutrients, the food, everything will play a role. Okay. Maybe your system is tired of, you know, trying to force something. But then you need to replace those nutrients for it to be able to, you know... Yeah, so I think in the future I'll try the pills, the vitamins and stuff. But it works for a lot of people, so I want to try. I'm happy with the hair at the moment.
Because I want my hair to be longer. I want it to be like maybe a hip bun. Yeah, that's my goal. I've actually like slowed down on my hair growth process. So I'm trying to revive. So yeah.
And do you have plans of making videos, content relating to this, so that people can...
I actually wanted to, but then, you know, I had other interests. So I feel like my hair is no longer...
Travel vlogging,
I was actually like sharing some parts of it on my WhatsApp. And then my friends were like, oh my God. Because it's like I was taking them through the process. When I told you that I cut my hair, I was taking people through the process
of
like,
I'm doing this.
My friend was laughing at me like, Jane, are you crazy? Like my hair was long, as I said. And I went to cut it off. Like, are you crazy? Then
starting afresh and all that.
Months later, let's say 2 years later, my friend is now back and like, Jane, what have you done to your hair? Like, what did you use? And I'm like, but when I was doing the concoctions and stuff, you were laughing at me, so it's working.
And I think people who also want to start on this journey,
you have to have patience. Everything you want to see results.
We live in a society where we want results,
you need consistency. all those things you need, and you have to focus on things that are working. As I said, coconut oil is not good for my hair, so I stopped using it. I focus on the things that are working.
And then keep adding on things that work for you.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's something people will be interested in checking out if you ever make content related to that.
My friends were like, "Oh, Jen, you should start selling the hair growth oils."
And make a business out of it.
I know, right? But I still feel like my hair is not at that point where I know is a feeling.
Well, I know, but
because I know a lot of people that have like short hair and still like on their hair journey and still like selling products to people and all that. But I feel like I'm not just ready yet. Come on, I need to show you guys more.
we'll be on standby waiting for the day you come out with your
I need to show you guys
hair products
more,
and your process and what
you've but still today I actually use my own DIY hair growth oil.
Ideally,
and I add the herbs I want to add, the spices and everything.
Because that is very tailored to your use case and will work for you. And I think people would also have to, if they want to go on that journey, they need to figure out what works for them and then join the process.
YouTube is your best friend. There's a lot on YouTube that you can learn about your natural hair. So.
But then if you are not talking about your hair, people can follow you for what? Travel content? Because
I'm a content creator
for travel related and lifestyle and stuff like that.
Yeah, for enjoyment.
She came recording a video trying to cause violence. So
please,
you might find a link in the description to go and watch that video. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this video.
Thank you for having me.
I would hopefully start my hair journey and also look into
You should start. No, but that alopecia, I'm serious about it.
Yes, I will want to look into it.
You should see, what do they call the hair people again?
I have no idea. I will have to look into that as well.
Yeah, you should actually.
Hopefully get some consultation relating to that.
Yeah.
Probably it's fixable. But then,
it is actually.
But then if I'm able to achieve the Albert Einstein kind of look, that will also be a win. I mean,
but you have to just cut the front.
that would be a sign of wisdom, mimicking Albert Einstein. So that will come in. It was nice having you here, and we'll definitely check in. You can find the link to her channel. It's called, I think, Jenny Yaks. She's also on social media, putting pressure on us on her lifestyle and her trips. And you can find all the links in the description below to go and follow her. Let me know also your thoughts on if you are also ongoing with your hair journey and whatnot. You can let us know in the comment section below.
If they have questions too, they can drop. If I can answer them, then
yes, she'll be there to answer your questions. So bye-bye, and then keep treating your hair. I'm going to...
Don't go bald. It was a fun one.